Is an 11,000 square foot property, and late tonight we saw agents walking out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. They were processing the scene there and could be seen taking notes on a table there.
When you look at Floyd Mayweather, it was like, bro, did you budget? Yeah, you got big injections, but the big payments also went out. Why you got so many?
Yeah, so many of
like I'm talking about from money, cars, clothes.
Yeah, you know where it
and
goes.
the things that's next to the road.
Yeah.
But everybody got a ticket.
Some might say he's not going broke, he just wants to push off paying back the IRS, but I think this next document is a smoking gun. This is the collection appeal request Floyd sent to the IRS on why he couldn't pay. The explanation he sent was, need more time to gather the funds to pay in full. This is the IRS about to start seizing his assets. This isn't a personal loan. Why in the world, if he's made hundreds of millions of dollars, why doesn't he just pay the couple $1 million so he can get the IRS off his back?
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly facing serious financial pressure after U.S. tax authorities filed a $7.3 million tax lien against him. Authorities could potentially target some of his valuable assets, including his Las Vegas mansion and luxury car collection.
There's a little car back there. We're gonna take that car.
The Internal Revenue Service has reportedly placed a $7.3 million tax lien against Floyd over unpaid taxes connected to 2018 and 2023. According to Business Insider, the notice was filed in Las Vegas last month, with records showing the balance remained outstanding as of March 26. The development has once again raised questions about Mayweather's financial management. Throughout his career, the retired boxing superstar has earned hundreds of millions through fights, endorsements, and business ventures. Floyd Mayweather also gave Stephen A. Smith a tour of his Las Vegas mansion, offering a first-hand look at the boxer's extravagant lifestyle. During the tour, Mayweather showed off a massive luxury car collection featuring Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, Bentleys, and Bugattis, with some vehicles reportedly worth millions.
The $1 Million Garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, you know, we on ESPN. This is sports cars. This is sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys?
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of 15 to 20 million.
The mansion was equally extravagant, featuring an indoor pool and spa, marble interiors, multiple elevators, and an enormous designer-filled closet packed with Louboutin shoes and Birkin bags, along with expensive artwork and elaborate outdoor spaces. Mayweather also displayed his collection of luxury watches and jewelry. The property was designed to showcase his wealth and success, making the mansion more than just a home. It became another symbol of the lavish lifestyle behind Mayweather's famous money nickname.
Oh Lord, this is your closet?
Yeah.
I see the money team hats, along with various others.
Yeah.
Do you even know how many outfits you have?
I wear the same clothes, but I got a ton of clothes, but
You're not overly concerned about clothes. I mean, you're gonna be suited down when you need to be suited and booted for the most part.
But today, I got on this today. Today's
I'm not talking about today.
Oh, today's just a chill day. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Today is like, okay, I ain't really got nothing, but you know what I'm saying? I do got a Patek Philippe on my wrist.
Okay.
I think this watch probably costs $100,000 with no diamonds.
Let's move on.
For the financial scrutiny surrounding Floyd, Mayweather continues to grow. According to this post, Floyd Mayweather is reportedly being sued again for allegedly failing to pay $15,000 for private jet services, just days after facing a $330,000 unpaid rent lawsuit and a $7.3 million IRS tax debt. The allegations have brought even more attention to Mayweather's recent financial troubles. Reports surrounding Floyd Mayweather's finances have raised questions about whether his extravagant lifestyle is sustainable. He reportedly lost $8 million on a mansion, paid $54 million toward loans, faced foreclosure on another property, sold his private jet, and owes the IRS $7.3 million. Logan Paul has also claimed that Mayweather still owes him $1.2 million. Former NFL MVP Cam Newton says he hopes these reports are not true.
Money, yeah.
Throwing hundreds in the camera. See, when you depict that type of lifestyle, brother, it just gives people the thought to say, man, must be nice.
Must be nice.
But what, it'll be a thing if that runs out. Now, when you're writing bad checks and you're portraying this lavish lifestyle from private jets, PJs, and one of the most dumbest things that I seen, but I admired it. I was like, yo, you know what car or what area Floyd was in because of the color of his car. Did you ever peep that, Peggy?
What color was his
all
car?
his cars was either white or black, depending on where it was. In Vegas, all his cars were a certain color. In Miami, all his cars were a certain color. The same fleet that we need to start getting them receipts and taking it back to the people to say, hey, I got 16 Rolls Royces. I got the 06, 07, 08, 09, 010, 011, 012.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the same car. Why do you
need that?
Anybody who knows luxury, brother, could tell you that's the price of playing luxury. Because how many versions of the Range Rover have you really seen?
Despite the financial concerns, Mayweather continues to showcase expensive cars, including new Rolls-Royce models and other luxury vehicles. Critics argue that these purchases could be more about displaying wealth and protecting his money image than proving genuine financial stability. The contrast between his lavish displays and reported debts continues to draw significant attention.
And a lot of people think he got it, including the IRS, because he nearly owes them $7.3 million in federal tax lien. So it's like he had it for you to owe $7.3 million. You had to have it.
That means you in taxes.
In taxes.
We was looking at them checks.
Yeah, we was. We was.
I mean, he went from Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Mayweather, to Mr. Pay-Per-View.
Okay.
Because when you look at the reports of all the top grossing pay-per-view participants in the history of pay-per-view, he on there. Multiple times.
In that Mount Rushmore.
So I'm trying to tell you, it's not even a trick. But how did you fumble?
Speculation about Floyd's finances grew stronger after Spencer Cornelia discussed claims that the boxer was using his luxury watches and jewelry to secure loans. According to Cornelia, messages from August 2025 allegedly showed Mayweather's watches being used as collateral for loans. He claimed some of the watches had been returned after balances were paid down, while others were reportedly still being used as security.
Down, he mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Recknitz is a good person. He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York, so it doesn't seem to add up. Many have speculated that Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a rematch with Pacquiao because he needs the money. Yes, this is why. Around August 2025, Floyd needed cash money, so he decided to start pawning his jewelry. Here's a text on August 25th, 2025 of Jonas sending Floyd an image of his watch and the word loan below. That represents that watch as being within the group that was being pawned. Here's the second image sent on that day. The top image is a collection of watches that were grouped together for a November loan and that many had been returned after the balance was paid down. Here's the next message of another collection of watches that were used for a loan. The image on the left is an exhibit Floyd included in the complaint. Within this list are 4 of the watches you see in the text message on the right that were included in the group of watches that were pawned. This indicates he continues to lie about not knowing that his watches were getting pawned for a loan to fund his lifestyle. What was told to me is that Floyd was running out of money. Now, obviously, his broke is a lot different than broke for me and you. But at this time he needed money, so he decided to pawn $13 million from his watch collection. He does have his own jet and has flown private for a couple decades, and he has an extensive exotic car collection. But what has been shared with me is that his lifestyle is so expensive that he constantly needs to take out loans against all his.
Cornelia further claimed that Mayweather had pawned roughly $13 million worth of watches to raise cash. He pointed out that Mayweather's idea of being broke would be very different from that of an average person, but argued that the boxer's costly lifestyle could require him to repeatedly borrow against his assets. Mayweather has built a reputation around luxury cars, private jets, watches, and jewelry. These allegations therefore raise questions about whether some of his extravagant displays reflect genuine wealth or assets being leveraged to support his lifestyle.
In March, so around 7 months after he began pawning, he texted his pawn shop lender asking about the balance he owes so Jonah knows what the number is. Jonah, as Floyd's manager and the one who handles all the financial transactions, is the one who ensures that all the loans are paid off. The lender responds $1.85 million in checks, $10.8 million in jewelry, and $1.47 million in fees, and he mentions needing another $360,000 by Friday so the fees don't keep adding up. Floyd received the $13 million for pawning watches in his supposed $100 million watch collection. Jonah shared with me that people pay up to 3% per month, which is why the fees were so high. That loan was almost paid in full. If you reread Joel's message, it makes sense. Joel says, I have recouped everything and hasn't had to sell any pieces. All that remains is another $360,000 so Floyd doesn't have to pay any more fees. In case you aren't following, Joel can sell the watches that were pawned if Floyd doesn't pay the $13 million back. But he didn't need to sell watches because he was paid back and made $1.5 million in fees. In the complaint, Floyd discusses pawning his $100 million jewelry collection with the words, to be pledged or placed in the possession of Joel, a Miami jewelry dealer. The amount received was around $13 million. A substantial portion of the pledged jewelry remains in the possession of Joel and Modi, and no accounting has been provided to Mr. Mayweather.
Back in July 2017, Floyd Mayweather was reportedly dealing with more than $30 million in unpaid taxes owed to the IRS. At the time, claims circulated that his return to boxing against Conor McGregor was partly motivated by the need to handle those financial obligations rather than simply silence his Irish rival. McGregor even mocked Mayweather over the situation, suggesting that the undefeated champion needed to fight more than he did. McGregor famously taunted, "He needs me more than I need him. He's in a tracksuit. He can't even afford a suit anymore." The comments added even more tension to an already heavily publicized fight, and became part of the build-up at the time. But we know Floyd earned enormous sums throughout his boxing career, with Forbes previously estimating his career earnings at around $700 million by 2016. He also invested heavily in real estate, including a reported $600 million rental portfolio purchase. Although the exact structure and ownership behind some of these deals have faced scrutiny, that makes the current financial concerns even more striking. If Mayweather had consistently managed his fortune conservatively, the reported tax debts and financial pressures could look very different. Instead, maintaining an extremely expensive lifestyle filled with luxury cars, watches, properties, and other assets can create massive ongoing costs. Spending huge amounts simply to display wealth may eventually become difficult to sustain, especially without regular boxing paydays. The real issue is not how much Mayweather earned, but how effectively that wealth was preserved.
Floyd's return on investment is going to be here, but I'll just throw my guess out there for fun. I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to the 18% that 601 was claiming on their website. I think his return is going to look a little bit more like if he were to put his money into a REIT. Like for a simple example, if we look at Realty Income Corp, this is one of the most popular REITs around. They hold over 15,000 commercial properties in their portfolio, spread out over 90 different industries, and these guys pay a monthly dividend of about 5.5% if you invest your money with them. I'm sure 601 is giving Floyd a better return on his investment than Realty Income would give you or I, but it's generally the same concept as what I'm thinking, which means that if you put $100 million into this fund, he's probably making something like $600,000 per month on his investment. Next story. This one is definitely a change of pace. Floyd has now decided to invest a chunk of his money in the famous Versace mansion in Miami Beach.
The new filing becomes even more significant when viewed alongside Mayweather's recent financial history. Business Insider reported in late 2025 that Mayweather had sold his private jet as well as mansions in Miami and Beverly Hills. Other assets, including residential properties in his Las Vegas strip club, were reportedly used as collateral for debt owed to financier Don Hankey. 2 condos at Trump Las Vegas residences were also briefly seized over unpaid property taxes before being returned after the taxes were paid. Despite these financial pressures, Mayweather continued maintaining an extravagant lifestyle, spending heavily on luxury cars, watches, jewelry, and other high-end purchases. The contrast raises questions about his financial decisions, as he appeared willing to keep showcasing wealth even while facing debts, legal disputes, and other financial obligations. Floyd Mayweather's purchase of the iconic Versace mansion may look like another extravagant move designed to showcase his wealth, but there could be more behind the decision. The property operates as a luxury hotel, meaning it can potentially generate income rather than simply serve as a private residence. At the same time, owning such a famous property gives Mayweather a prestigious trophy asset and a connection to the Versace brand, which reportedly fits his taste for luxury fashion. The purchase therefore appears to combine investment potential with personal prestige. However, when viewed alongside Mayweather's other major spending and reported financial pressures, the deal adds to the impression of someone who enjoys displaying wealth on an enormous scale.
Why the heck did Floyd Mayweather want to buy a piece of this place? Well, apparently he's partnering with the current owners, the Nikesh family, and someone else named Eli Gindy to acquire a large stake in the home. He's taken the majority of Gindy's interest for an undisclosed price, and all Floyd had to say about this deal is that he feels blessed to be a part of such an important piece of real estate. Since we have basically no context on his motives here, I'm just gonna do my best to put my spin on why he probably made this move. First, this home will probably spit off some cash flow for him because it is functioning like a hotel at this point. So he's kind of buying into a hotel with this one. Plus, the fact that it's the Versace mansion tells us that it will probably continue to appreciate pretty good over time. Second, this is just one of those trophy properties. Like, this is the type of house that you buy to have in your portfolio just because it makes you feel good and it gives you kind of something to brag about. And last, I don't really know anything about fashion, obviously, but Floyd wears a lot of fancy clothes. Some of those clothes are probably Versace.